Good afternoon, everyone. It's Tanya of CuteNCuddlyNursery. I thought I would do a assembly video. I have little Azalea's body here, and of course I have Azalea, and I still see boy with this kit. I don't know if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram. Actually, I don't think I posted on Instagram about, but this kit looks like a boy to me now with the painted hair. Just looks boy. I don't, maybe it's just me, but anyhow. So I still need to do the glossing of the lips and the nails and everything. I was gonna stick that. So, sorry about the lighting. I've got the one window over behind me and then another window to my right, but it's over there. So my painting area is way over at my right, and I've got a window to my left where I normally do my pictures now. So I got all the curtains open, but it's still it's kind of darkish. But I just wanted to do like an assembly video to show what I do to assemble the babies, because I know a lot of people like how I weight them. So I actually have 2 short nylon socks, and then I've got 3 of the longer nylon socks. So, and then I have some, since I make bodies, I have a lot of scrap fabric, so I use that to actually seal the limbs. And then this fabric is probably what most people use. I don't use it for the bodies anymore. But I do use it for inside the head and inside the limbs. So I also have some glass beads down here in a bag, and so I'm going to start by, let's start with a leg first. And stack her little arms over here. So she's all sealed as well. I used the soft touch varnish if you've seen my video. I do have a video I need to put up, but I haven't gotten a new laptop yet, so all of my programs aren't available right now, like for editing. Like I don't really edit my videos, but I will cut certain things out if like I forgot something in a box packing video. I don't want there to be like dead air for so long, so I just cut that bit out. So, or if for some reason my video is interrupted, I'll put the 2 together as one. So that's what I do. So anyhow, I have a little, what's that called? Funnel. And I just fill the funnel, and then I put it in the leg. And I want to fill the leg up to, like, you have to make sure that you get the glass all in there. And I want the beads to be up to the knee here. So, I don't know if I can show in there very well. I can't really tell. I hope you can see that the beads are just below the knee there, but they're up to, they're just shy of it. I'm going to add just a touch more, because I do want it to be basically level with the knee crease, I guess you would say. Just so it's like, it's level in there. Okay. So, I'll see if we can see in there now. So you can kind of see that the beads stop here. So, then I take some of my stuffing here. I don't know how much I want. Probably like this much. And then I just kind of roll it together really well. I'm going to use my leg and my hand to rub in a circle so that you get kind of a ball that doesn't really come apart too much. And then I'm just shoving it all into the leg. I like to use a pencil with an eraser. It doesn't go right through the stuffing, and that way I can get the stuffing to kind of I guess kind of like felt it to where it stays in its ball, and then I can push it in to the knee. So can you see it in there? So it's about out to here, but we're gonna I add a little bit more of the glass beads, and then I kind of like push down because you don't want it to be like really hollow there in the knee. So I'm just grabbing another full thing of, it's just a little funnel, and I don't want it all the way to the top, of course. So I didn't, fill it too much in there. You can see that there's still like 2 or 3 inches up. And then you can use the pencil again to just kind of squish everything down some more. And then I want to make sure that there's no glass. And then you can see that it's a bit further down now than it was. So I'm going to add some more of the glass beads. And I'm doing this in the bag itself because I don't want a huge mess. Okay, so now, oops, sorry about that. So you can see that the glass is just kind of under the flange there. I'm just kind of squeezing to make sure everything is good. And I'm just gonna, again, kind of squish down the glass and then that stuffing. Okay, and so you can kind of see that it's gone down a little bit again. Now you could at this point take more of the stuffing and just fill it in, but I'm going to add a touch more of the glass. Not too, because you don't want to fill it all the way. There we go. I just gotta get some of those beads off there along the top. They like to sit. So I kind of put in as much as I did before, right? So, and it is still pretty squishy in the knee. So I'm just gonna try squishing more of the glass beads down in there, because I don't want a lot of squish in the knee. Oh, sorry. Oh dear. The leg on this chair. I'm on an office chair, so it's... yeah. Okay. So there's still a little give in the knee, but not as much. Plus, when we add more, I've left a bit of room in there, probably about a 1/2 inch. So when we add in our stuffing to the top, this isn't a whole lot of stuffing. There's like, I don't know, if I squish that I'd probably get a golf ball size. But anyway, so we're just gonna shove this in there. And then hopefully you didn't let any of the glass beads up along the side while squishing those down, because otherwise they will spill out. So now before I put in the before I seal this rather, I want to do the other leg just to make sure that it's going to turn out the same way, because if I have to undo, I don't want to have to do that, right? So just grab some more and repeat the process. This probably isn't, no, not quite enough with one. It's like 1 1/4 or something. Okay, that looks good. I need to order more glass beads. Oops, sorry, I did it again. Okay, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the right angle with this leg. Oh, kinda, you can see. So the glass beads are like along, I guess here, more or less. So I just want to make sure, just got a hair on her leg. Want to make sure that, or his leg, like I said, this looks like a boy to me, so I think I'm gonna leave it as a boy. A lot of people like, you know, the boy babies, and I don't make a whole lot. So here's my lump of stuffing, and I'm just using my jeans and my palm to make it into a ball, because I want to kind of like, I guess, kind of felt it in a way. And so here is the ball, and I'm just gonna stuff it all in there, and then use the pencil again to also bring it down in. Trying to look down there at the same time, and I hope I don't get myself with the pencil. That would be awful. Oh, ouch. Finger slipped. Okay. It is getting warm in here. I can't believe how hot it is lately. So this one I didn't get as far as the first leg, but that's okay. We're gonna fill it in again with glass. And so that's how far. It's like 3 inches, I guess, gap from the top. And I'm just going to use the pencil again to just squeeze the stuffing and the glass beads down. Okay, so now the beads are further in there. I don't know if you can tell, but they're down further. Oops. Oh, darn legs of this thing. I should have brought over my regular chair, but thought I would use this office chair since it's right here. Okay, so I did another full, funnel. I can never remember what that thing's called. So I'm just going to use the pencil again and just kind of squish that stuffing down as well as the glass beads. Okay. So I think that's feeling pretty good, and there's about, what, an inch from the top there, so I'm going to add in a bit more. We want it close to the top, but not, you know, fully at the top, of course, then we won't have enough room to fill it with our stuffing. Get the excess glass off of there. So I've filled it most of the way. It's about a 1/2 inch or so from the top, and I don't need a whole lot, like I said, about like a golf ball size if you were to, you know, squish it really tightly. So I want to keep the glass beads down and then shove this in, so we don't want our glass beads spilling out over top, because that would not be good. Okay, that feels pretty good. And then I just kind of take them and feel both. Yeah, okay, so this is good. This is how we want both of them to feel. And so now I'll show you how I seal them as well. So let's see, will this fit? Yes. Okay, so what I do, I've got 2 tubes of E6000. This one's got a more precise nozzle, and this one's just open. So as you can tell, I've used both. So I'm just going to use this one It's just has a hole in the middle there, and so what I do, I'm just gonna hold it with my thumb here and my finger, and then I squeeze, and then I just kind of drag the glue all along the edge. Let me see if you can see all that. Not too much. And then I want to put a bit in, I just put it kind of on the sides there, but that's fine. And then I like to use the fabric side down. One side has the, you know, softer, what you feel on a baby body, and then the other has the backing, which is kind of like silky. But I feel like this side has more grip, the side that you would feel with the body. So I just place that down like so, and I kind of rub my hand over it a little, not tight, just kind of lightly rub it. And then I flip over the leg, and then with my scissors, I just cut along the outer part of the leg to remove the excess fabric. And now it's got glue on it. The scissors have glue, that's fine. This glue comes off scissors pretty easily. It seals really well though, like with this fabric. So, and there you are, it's all closed, it's sealed. I'm just gonna put it behind me on the table here and let that little leg dry. And so I'll do the same with this other leg as well. Now, I do the same with the arms too. So I'm not sure, I want to show you how I do the body though as well. So I'm just taking the two shorter ones and I'm going to put one inside of the other. Now these feel different than these. I bought some that were, I can't remember what they're called. Trying to think. They had some fancier name because they're supposed to be like anti snag. There we go. It's supposed to be anti-snag and everything. So I just put both hands inside and both of them are together now. So I'm going to fill this with some glass beads. I just kind of roll both of them over, and then that way the glass isn't, you know, going to get stuck in one of the sides or something. So I'm just going to put some glass in that. And this is for in the tush of the body. I actually saw another artist share the like body balls, I guess. I don't know what to call them. But I'll show you. I never thought to make these, and I don't know whose idea it was, so I can't really give any credit, but another artist, like I said, shared. I can't remember now if it was on Facebook or Instagram, but it's a cool idea, so I'll share with you all. I'm not sure if that's enough. I think so. So I've filled this, and then I'm gonna tie it both socks together as closest to the top as possible, because I want those beads to be able to move around a little, not be, you don't want it super tight, because then when you go to feel the tush of the baby, when you hold it, you don't want them to feel like the baby's been working out, you know. You want it to be nice and soft and squishy. So I'm just trying to tie that as tight as possible. And then I'm going to cut the top of the sock, the two socks off. I still feel like there's a use for that, but I don't know what to do with it. Okay, so now you want to get them basically uniform feeling, the whole thing. So that looks like a hot dog or something. So then I just have some thread. I'm just using white. And probably don't even need that much, but that's like, I don't know, like a foot. And then I'm just gonna double it and hold it, and then underneath, try to find the middle. And then I'm gonna go around a couple of times. Let's see, that doesn't look like the middle. Okay. Looks pretty close to the middle. Okay. So, I hope everyone can see what I'm doing here. Let's see, let's get these socks out of here for now. And the glue doesn't have didn't put the lid on the glue. But anyway. So you want them to look pretty similar, right? Oh, I'm too far. Okay. So similar size, and then tie, and then I'm gonna flip it over, and then I'm gonna just go once. So I'm not tying a knot just yet. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then again, and then I'll tie a knot this time, like so. And then I'm gonna trim, not all of it, like super close, because we want to be able to, for it to move or whatever. So you've created like, kind of looks like a bow. Okay, so this part now goes into, oh, everything's stuck on everything. I don't want to lose that. Okay, so it's gonna sit inside the tush. So I just put through the leg like so, and then see, it sits here in the bottom of the tush, and then it's squishy. I know some people have used like the silicone like bra inserts and stuff, but those can be kind of expensive. So nylons, of course, they're not all that expensive, so that's why I use them. Okay, so I'll show how to do, should I do the inside of the body or the head? Maybe I'll show the head next, how I weight the head. So right now, she's got rooted eyelashes, so they've been glued on the inside. I don't know if you can see that very well. I'm trying to get my camera to focus. And then you can see, you see that like fabric triangle in there? That is behind the magnet. So there's a magnet behind his lips, and then I just put in, it's the same like fabric scrap from the body, and I just use the E6000 as well, and I glue it in place, and that way when I add stuffing, it's not gonna move the magnet around. So what I like to do is I like to take this more dense stuffing, and I just try to shove as much as I can into the head, and then of course use the pencil to try and move it around in there and try to get it to stay at the bottom as much as possible. It smells like a fire somewhere. I hope it's not in here. Alright. So everybody's home, I would suspect, right now, so I don't know, maybe they're burning outside because everyone's home. Nothing better to do. Let's have a fire. Okay. So I have a lot of the stuffing is in this part of the head, and then I've left this part because that's when I add in, let's see, I guess I can put the head upright for now. So I like to use a long sock, and then I just double it as well, but I only use one. I have to think of how to do this because I always like seem to do it wrong every time. Okay, so do I turn it wrong side out right now? Yeah. Okay, so I want to tie the sock in a knot. Oh, okay, hold on. Operator error here. Some mohair is trying to jump off the table. This is where I normally do my shipping. Okay, so this is just a really tight little knot that I did, and then I'm gonna, again, just cut off that end piece, and then I'm gonna tuck this part inside of the toe. This part goes in the toe, so like this. So now it's doubled over. I don't know if you can tell that, but it's doubled. So I just put the sock inside of itself to double it up. And then that's my quick and easy way, and only use one sock. And then I just put that part inside the head, and then the outer part I fold outside like so. And then I hold on to this while putting the glass beads, and then I hit the head underneath to bring the glass beads down, and then I also use the pencil to help stretch the sock inside the head as well, and that, you know, helps a lot. So that's not okay. So I did one full funnel, and then I did a second, about a half. I'm trying to get the glass beads off. This is the bad thing about if I'm using a baby that's been rooted. It's hard to get all the glass out of the hair. But you can see, and then I just pat it down and see it's already like disappearing into the head. So, and then also I'll use a pencil to kind of move the beads around inside as well. I don't know if you'll be able to see them down there, but they're in there. So I'm going to add another. I'm kind of holding, so I've already hit it, but it was at the top, and now it's slowly, all the beads are going down. So I try to like hold the head and see like how, you know, much, I guess how much it's weighing. So I don't want it overly heavy. I know some people like a heavy head, but I want more of a realistic, not a super heavy. So I'm just patting the beads down. There we go. So like I said, I just hit the head. So that's looking good actually. So I don't know if I need much more than that. So when I used the pencil, they went even further down. So I think I'll add just a touch, maybe more like a half of a little funnel. Oh, or a full funnel. And then tap the glass down a little bit more. Hopefully I don't bump the... So I'm just going to hold it in my lap and then try to close. Okay, so I'll bring him back up here and just set him on that. Okay, so I've taken the excess off, and then I'm just gonna tie it. And then the beads are down here, but I want it to be able to kind of move around just like the one we did for the tush. So that's good and knotted. So then I like to put it towards the back of the head, not right at the mouth. But see, I've put the beads more at the head because when you, or the face, a baby, like the head typically goes forward, right? So it's just more natural, I guess. So I also have a lot of room left inside, so I'm just gonna add, I just grabbed some, so I'm just gonna add some more fluff. I'm gonna try just sticking all the fluff around in this area, not here. So I'm gonna try to avoid the face, and I'm just going to use the pencil to kind of move that back in there. Usually I use my hemostats, but I left them not here. Okay, so after stuffing all that in there, it's further in, and now we still have a lot to fill in. Okay, so I'm just gonna shove more of this in and then use the pencil to slide it back, because I like the head not to be overly squishy and feel like hollow. I want it to feel like there's something in there, you know, more realistic. Can't make it exactly feel like a skull is under there, but just enough stuffing that there's still squish, but not a lot of squish. Like right now there's a lot of squish here, but not as much where I've put the stuffing. Some popped up on me over here on the side. Look at it. And then you've got, it's squishier up here because of the glass beads. He's looking really red in here, but it's just the bad lighting I've got. Like I said, I've got the window open to my left, and I've got the window open to my right. And just, I need a skylight above me. That would be amazing. And that wouldn't work because there's a second floor. That would be hilarious. Okay. Wouldn't be good because then we'd have to have a skylight upstairs too. I don't know. That wouldn't work. Ah, it would be nice though. Maybe just more windows in the house. I can dream. Okay. So, I'm just trying to put a little bit more in the head and on the side here. Like it's still really squishy up here, and that's where I want to try to get the stuffing to go, is up there. It's kind of like with the knees and the elbows. You have to like really squish the stuffing down. Okay. And like I don't want to get that nylon sock at all because I don't want to put a hole in it and have it, you know, leak into the head either. That would be terrible. I don't think anyone should be opening the baby. I know some people do open them, I think just to make sure that it's not full of kitty litter or sand, but I assure you I put glass beads. Like if you watch this video, there's glass beads in this one. And they're the same glass beads that I sell in my Etsy shop as well. And I think I'm currently sold out. I might have a little left. I don't know. I might have to be sold out because I haven't tried ordering any. Yeah, so I don't know. Shipping is super slow right now, although I did, it's been like 4 days. I think I ordered a new printer. I had some printer issues. It was cheaper just to buy a new printer instead of trying to buy the most expensive ink, because I bought recycled cartridges and they weren't working in my printer. So instead of paying like 100 and something for new ink cartridges that were like the actual brand instead of recycled, we decided just to spend $80 and buy a new printer. And so I read that this new printer also has pretty good reviews and doesn't have like the issues with the recycled. So that's what I decided to do. So the new printer is actually here, and I am so excited to print again because I've been having my husband print off my shop labels, shipping and invoices, because I couldn't. Because I didn't have my printer. It wasn't working. Kept telling, or it wouldn't print because it was out of black, and I wasn't gonna spend, you know, however much to get another black cartridge. Okay, so that's, I don't know if you can hear that. That's the glass pouch in the face. So the glass actually, I can feel it throughout the whole face here. So, and then all the rest is the stuffing. So, that's how it looks on the bottom. So I'm just gonna lay the head down. I gotta find a bigger scrap piece. I don't know that big. That one might be it though. Oh, here we go. So here's like another scrap piece. I just want to make sure it fits. And yes. Okay, let's get that piece out of here. And I left my glue open, but it should be fine. So I'm just gonna squeeze some glue out again along the edge. And I like to kind of smear it as I go, just to kind of like get it into any of the like cracks and stuff. And I like to get some on the stuffing as well. And then I'm just going to, with the fuzzy side, I'm going to put the fuzzy side down. And then just like the other, I'm just going to kind of use the palm and kind of just go over, just to make sure that it's nice and on there. Here. And so now I'm just going to cut along to remove, oops, I got a little too much glue over here, but that's okay. I'll clean the scissors after. A little off track there. Doesn't have to be perfect. Like I said, no one's really going to be opening the head, I don't think. You just want it to be sealed and flush, and then you just let it dry. So here the head is sealed, and this way you don't have to, I've got a little bit of glue on me, so I'm trying not to handle him too much. Well, like if you've used this E6000, it dries super quickly. So okay, so I'm just gonna put him upside down over here. Oops, sorry, keep bumping that. Upside down, and then I'm gonna move on to, let's see, I'm gonna show you how I stuff the bodies, because I'm gonna do the arms the same way I did this leg. So now for the body, I like to use 2 socks. These ones are fairly long, I'd say like maybe 8 inches, 10 to 8 inches at least, unstretched. And I'm just gonna stick one inside of the other. I love these socks. I should probably offer them on Etsy as well, but I'm waiting for the shop to reopen. Waiting for a lot of shops to reopen. I mean, I really miss thrifting. I like going out to the thrift store. And the one that I love the most actually sells, I'm just trying to get this the same way in here, make sure that the toes are good. It's just me. So, but they have a rack with 50-cent items, and I have gotten so many sweatshirts, so many pairs of jeans. It's amazing from there, just 50 cents. So I'm not like super running out of clothes or anything, but it's somewhere I like to go and look around, you know. Okay, so now they're both together. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna fill this up with some glass beads. Before I used to use the plastic pellets. I'm not sure how many. Okay, so I should need probably like 6 to 8, I think, of these funnels filled, and then I'll show you how they look. So I've done 2, 3. These are small as well, like they might hold, I think, like 1/4 of a cup is all at a time. So 6 is not enough. We're gonna need probably more like 12. So 7, 8. 9, and then I'll show how much is in here. Yeah, probably 12 or 10. Okay, so I'm going to see how heavy this is right now. Trying to get all the... So I let it sit inside the glass bag. So right now this is how much with 12 like quarter cups. So I'm not trying to decide if that's... I love how silky and soft these nylons are. So I was trying to decide if that's enough because, yeah, I think it is. Now that I look at it, it might be too much actually. Because see, this is gonna sit inside of there, and I don't want her to be super heavy either. I want her to be... Okay, so I'm gonna dump some of this out because I'm seeing that there's there's a little too much. So we probably would have been okay with 10 actually instead of 12. So I just want to see how that's gonna... I think that should be good. So now I'm gonna tie this with some left at the top. I can always reuse those for like inside the head as well again. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so I'm gonna pull that just as tight as I can and then leave about a 1/2 inch on top. Now I like to leave the cut part up on top near the top of the body, not the bottom, just in case it opens. You don't want the body to be filled with glass beads. So now I'm going to add this in, and I'm going to put it in front of the ball, the tushy balls, whatever you want to call them. So that'll fit inside the belly area. And the legs, of course, will go along here. And right now, the whole thing has squished down, but that's okay. We're going to let it lay outward. I just put these cable ties in as well. These are the cable ties that I sell in my shop. They're like 2 or 3 millimeter wide, and then they're like 14 inches long. And I am planning on buying the 8-inch for people that like the 8-inch instead. Cable ties that are not super long. Okay, so I also have... Now this is like my cloud fluff that I sell in my shop. So here's what it looks like versus what I put in the limbs. So I'll grab some. So this is what's in the limbs. This is what I put in the body. So you can tell the difference. This one's a lot silkier and the other feels like plastic. So let's set that one out of here. Okay. So I just grab some, you don't need a whole lot, and then I just kind of stick it inside. So I'm basically just trying to make it so that you don't really feel those pouches. And then you kind of spread it out with your fingers and put it along the sides too. And this stuff does like to fly and get stuck on you, and but it works so nice and it's so soft that I guess it's forgivable that it flies around so much. I find this stuffing on everything though, because it's so clingy. But like I said, it's so nice. So I'm just gonna flip over. And it's okay if the sock sticks out, because once we put it upright, it's gonna flop back anyway. I think I did sell out of this stuffing as well. In my Etsy. I'm just gonna push some down in the cheeky area. I don't want too much. Almost lost an arm there. And then I'll do the other side as well. Just so it's like, you don't want it too stuffed. I've seen too many babies, and whoever, you know, put them together overstuffed them, and it's just not cuddly when they're overstuffed. So you want to kind of understuff, but I've seen some artists, like even prototype artists, that understuff too much, and then the body looks weird. It's like, that's not natural. The way that looks and moves and stuff, it's like weird. You know, a lot of people want like realistic, you know. I understand wanting to like be able to pose them and whatnot for pictures or display, but for those that want the realism, you need to make it so that they're, you know, they feel realistic and stuff. So, and this is not a body that I made, by the way. This one came with her. Okay, oop, we got the balls coming off the legs. Okay, so we want the tush balls still in there. And then, like I said, that'll be pushed in more once we have the legs. And so, I don't know if you can see, I'll pick it up, but that the body is sitting up on top of the ones that we made that go in the legs, or the tush area. So that'll be okay. You just, like, I assemble the babies sitting or laying down. It's the easiest way. I cinch the cable ties, and once everything is together, then I cut the cable ties, and then I actually leave about 1 inch, and then I tuck it inside the channel, just in case, like, if it's cut too short, a leg could fall off and then you can't reuse it. So that's just me. Like, if a leg falls off, you can untuck from the edge, put the leg back on, and cinch it a bit, and then put it back in, right? So that's my thing with it. I know a lot of people buy like the El Cheapo crappy zip ties for these, but these are nylon that I sell and use, and like a lot of them that I get with the bodies that come, you know, I'm pretty sure they're all made in China, the bodies, but the cable ties that come with it are yellowed and they are so brittle. Most of the time when I try to use them, they would just break. So I started, you know, I sourced out cable ties, and now of course I sell them. So yeah. Okay, so let's like feel this baby. See, so now nice, soft, squishy. I don't feel that pouch of glass at all in here, front, back, or anything. So, I mean, of course here I do, but that's just because it's open still. So, I think the next video I'll show how I prepare the limbs. I actually take plastic wrap and wrap around here, and then I fold it over and put a little bit of tape just to secure it. And then that also, with the plastic wrap around here, it allows, like, if you put the legs in tight, it allows the legs to move more freely, and also the head and the arms. So yeah, that's another tip that another artist showed me. Well, I think they shared it to everyone, but it was a really, really good tip. I was just noticing there's like barely any stuffing there. There we go. So, yeah, that's it for today. And then once the limbs are all ready, hopefully I remember, because they should, they should be dry by this evening, but I want to do a video and I don't really want to do it in the dark, so, or with lamp lighting. So I'll come back tomorrow and we'll assemble Azalea. So thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you're having a great day.